What up, music hustlers? Christine Morel here. Today I'm going to be talking about how you can make money in the music business, especially if you're an independent. You don't want to miss this one. Let's check it out. We're going to just dive right in here, okay? First of all, there's these common misconceptions and these common misbeliefs that everyone always thinks that you have to have this huge fan base, right? For you to be able to make a living. And so everyone focuses on building their Instagram following, building their Spotify. You know, I need Spotify listens, I need Spotify follows, especially that's the thing right now is like Spotify, or I need to be on TikTok. I need to be doing these things. But you need to ask yourself why. Why do I need to be on those things? Am I selling anything? Do I have a service that I'm offering? Am I directing them? Is there any type of plan? Because what if I do get millions of plays on Spotify? Then what? See, most people don't have a plan. They just focus on getting the Spotify plays and then they hope that something magical happens out of it. Maybe someone's going to discover me. Maybe someone will come and just direct my career. Maybe someone will pay for everything and just invest in my dream and my music. This is a terrible plan. Now, can you use fans and followers and getting Spotify plays to make money? Absolutely. But there needs to be a plan, a post plan, after you drive that traffic. And to be honest, it's not necessary. You don't have to have millions of fans. You don't even have to have hundreds of thousands of fans. In fact, if you go to my Spotify, I think I have like thousands of plays a month. Like I don't even have that many plays on my Spotify, yet I have a full-time career, yet I'm not having to do anything else for a living. It's because there's a plan, there's a structure, there's a step-by-step process that I run you guys through. And the fact that you guys are even watching this is part of my business. I give you guys free information, and a lot of you are gonna go to my description and you're gonna buy something. That's part of my business plan. I give you lots of free information and you go, wow, she knows what she's talking about. I should buy her book. And now I just made 20 bucks. Do you see how that works? That's a plan. This isn't just I'm just gonna post some video and hope that like somebody randomly sends me money to my PayPal. No, this is a very specific plan in my business. So what I really want to cover in this tutorial is not just, you know, the main things that everybody always knows that you make money off of, right? Like CD sales, digital downloads, streaming, merchandise sales, that sort of thing. Those are all a given. And a lot of people limit themselves to that. They think that that's their only stream of income or the only way for them to make money. The purpose of this tutorial is to show you all the other ways that you can make money and how you can do that without having to build a humongous following, because some of that can take years. To build a following can take many, many years, but you could actually be making a living doing music within a few months. Let's talk about how to do that right now. As an independent artist, you've gained all these skills, right? Because you've had to learn how to do certain things, from marketing to social media management to, how to write an email to an email list, to how to do graphic design and make a flyer, or how to edit a music video. I know myself, I spent a good decade not having much money, not having, hardly anything at all. And so I had to acquire all of these skills on what to do so that I could release music since I didn't have a budget. Ask yourself what you've learned along this journey that you could offer to other people, right? And I'll give you an example. So I started out, when I first started singing, I used to sell my CDs online, and I used to teach piano. I used to teach voice lessons. I did a lot of different things. And one thing I also did was rappers always needed a singer to sing on their hooks. So I'd reach out to rappers all the time. Hey, do you need a singer on your hook? I charge 200 bucks. And so when you add that up, it can definitely make a huge difference in your career. Now I didn't stop there. I also knew what else I could offer. I also knew that I was a graphic designer and that I could design good artwork. And especially right now, at the time, I was like an expert at Photoshop. So what I did was, when I would go into these sessions and sing, I'd make my 200 bucks. I'd also go, hey, do you have artwork yet? And they'd go, no, I need someone to design my artwork. Okay, cool. I'll design your album, your whole album, with all the little pages and everything. Give me 250 bucks. Cool. So then I was already in the door, and then I would offer them something else. And so there's so many different things that you could offer as well. And you really got to think about those. Take a pen and paper or open a notepad in your computer and write down what those other things are that you could offer. And I'm going to give you some ideas for you to think about. What do people ask you for help on? Think about that. Right? People were always asking me, hey, Christine, I saw that you built an independent music career. How did you do that? People saw that I was doing like 300 shows a year. And they said, how do you do that? So you know what I did? I said, man, okay, I could work one-on-one with people, right? I could charge to do that, and I could help them put together their show. I could help them learn, chart their songs. That's something that I do. I could teach them how to play piano a little bit, give them an hour of my time and teach them some tricks. Or I could then create a course. So I created a whole course on how to book gigs singing cover songs. I created a whole course just on that. So now I have a digital course with all these videos online that I can offer. So now, if I'm ever in a room and someone goes, how do you do this? How do you book gigs? I can say, actually, I have a course for sale. Go to, this website. So I was able to offer and leverage some of the expertise that I had to help others. A lot of you have that. I've never met an independent artist that doesn't know how to do anything. Like, we've had to figure out how to survive. We're all hustlers, man. And we've all had to figure out how to get our music out there somehow. Can you teach music? Do you play an instrument? I had a friend, and she's wonderful, and she's probably watching this video right now. She told me that she was teaching piano and she had no idea how to play, but she was teaching piano to kids, and she would always just learn the next step in teaching them. And if you've ever heard that saying, you just need to be one step ahead of your student, right? For you to be a teacher. So she would make money teaching things to students and go, okay, today we're going to learn, a C major chord or whatnot. And then she would say that if the kids would ask her questions, like, well, what about, a C minor chord? She'd be like, don't worry, we're going to get to that. But right now we're going to focus on this. So teaching can, really think outside the box on how you could offer that. So maybe you're not an expert at teaching, so you're probably not going to teach, adults or people who are already intermediate or advanced, but you could teach children, because just as long as you know something a little bit more than someone else, then you can offer that knowledge to them. And on the subject of teaching, you could be teaching songwriting, producing, mixing and mastering, graphic design, website design, photography. You could be helping musicians and artists, because you're already in that circle, right? You're going to be in that recording session. Maybe you show up to writing sessions. Maybe you do different things that involve you being around other musicians, and those other musicians are also going to need those services, right? So I know plenty of musicians that always ask, can you teach me piano? Can you teach me voice? Can you teach me how to market? Can you teach me how to set up my website so that I can make money? Can you teach me how to make money at all, please? I get all of those things all the time. So when you think about that, as you walk into a studio session, as you walk into work with a producer, there's different things that they need from you that they're going to find valuable, that they would gladly pay you for. So think outside of the box, write those things down. I remember at one point I had decided that I was going to buy all of my music video production equipment. So I bought a camera and lighting and, software and a badass computer and all that kind of stuff, because I decided it was too expensive for me to shoot music videos, but I understood the importance of releasing these videos and having that content out there and being visible. So I decided I was going to learn. So what I did was I invested, a couple $1,000s into the equipment, and then I started shooting a lot of music videos. I started doing cover songs of my own stuff. And my intention was, I'm going to get so good that I'll start shooting my own original music. I'm going to learn how to edit videos. I'm going to learn how to do all that stuff. Well, in the process, I would be in studio sessions with other artists who would say, oh man, I loved your music video. Like, that was the best ever. I remember this music video I put out, I'm Crazy in Love by Beyonce. It was a cover song that I had done. And this girl that I was working with, this girl that another producer I knew that was working with, I wasn't even working with her. I happened to be in the session. She saw the music video and was like, wow, that's amazing. What would you charge me to do a music video? And at that point, it was awesome. I made a few $1,000s editing her music video. And that was something at the time that if I hadn't thought about that, or if I would have just gone, no, I don't offer that, I would have lost a few $1,000s at that point. And that can be that could be your rent for the month and your car payment, So really, really think about how you leverage all of those skills that you've gained. On top of that, I remember whenever I bought my PA system, I have a small PA that I spent maybe $1,500, $2,000 on, nothing crazy, but it works really well for like solo musicians that sing, right? So if someone's a singer that also plays piano or that sort of thing, or a singer that plays guitar or a duo, small little things, a trio. So it was good enough for a room that had maybe 100 or 200 people in it. Well, I started renting it out. So I'd rent it out for a couple $100s. So now if I was renting it out a few times a month, that's $400, $600 extra that I have. Do you have equipment that people might want to rent? Do you have musical instruments? Do you have keyboards? Do you have guitars? Do you have computer software? Maybe you could rent someone, FedEx does it. I've gone in there many times when I've needed quick access to computers, and you pay by like the minute, I think it is. You put your credit card in and you pay by the minute. I mean, you can offer any of these services. You could offer live mixing. If you're a live mixing engineer and someone needs someone to make them sound good during a show, maybe you could also offer on top for someone to rent the PA system from you, the sound system from you, and you'll set it up. That's an additional fee. something like that can just add on different things. What's the equipment that you have that you could rent out? Maybe you have microphones that you could rent out to some people that don't necessarily want to invest in a microphone for their recording session, but they want a real good quality mic and they're willing to pay you $20 an hour so that they can save money. And then in turn, you make money by offering them to have a really good quality mic for their recording. Some of the things I've also done, like I've done talent scouting, I've done booking, along my journey, when I learned how to, I was booking like 300 shows a year, performing a lot. I made a lot of personal relationships with a lot of venues. And so I started booking the talent for those venues, and I would take a 10 or 15% commission. So when I would book an artist for $200, I'd make like 20 or $40 just by making a phone call, just by, saying, hey, such and such venue, would you like, Mary to perform once a week? And if they go, yeah, actually, we'd love for her to perform once a week. What was awesome about that was I was able to help an artist make money, right? They're able to make money and achieve their dreams. So that's like, making me feel good. But then I'm also making money in return. And not only that, it's recurring income. So if I'm making 15% off a $200 booking every week, that's $30 every week that I don't even have to think about though at this point. So that's about $120 a month that I'm making. That's, a phone payment, close to a phone bill, just by having made one connection. And you can see how all of these things, if you add all of these things up, they can really make a difference. I did talent scouting. I got a group signed to a record label. I made a few $1,000s off of that, right? I got my finder's fee for getting a group signed. Now, on top of that, they also love my style. They see that I got some cool visuals going on. So then they said, will you style the music video that we're about to shoot? Absolutely. I made another $1,000 to style the music video. So you can see how if you are able to voice that and you're in the hustle mentality where you're like, yes, I offer this, I offer that, I offer this, and you're not just sitting there waiting for people to come to you, that those amounts can absolutely pile up and add to a whole year's worth of income that could absolutely replace whatever it is that you're making right now. The problem that I see is it's not that people don't have the talent. They just don't realize that it's valuable. They don't realize that other people will pay them for all those other talents that they do besides the performing or besides the writing or besides recording the CD. What other things have you acquired? What other talents have you acquired over your career and pursuing this career, whether you're just starting out or whether you're already a professional? What other things have you acquired that you could offer for you to make your business more profitable each year? And now the beauty of this is now you're going to understand why at the end of every video I say, if you want my book, if you want more of my tutorials, if you want anything else that I have to offer, click on the links below, because I'm offering this as another way that I make an income by offering my expertise in the form of knowledge, in the form of literature, in the form of video tutorials that you can purchase from me. Let this be an example. Oh, and by the way, if you want any more career building resources, click the link below. All right, everybody, that's it for me. I hope that opened your mind to all the possibilities. Christine Morel here. I'll see you on the next one.